Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share this channel with a couple of friends. We are trying to get to 500 subscriptions, and every subscription helps us out. So if you're not subscribed and you're watching, please subscribe to the channel. I'm telling you, it will be worth your while. And as I've asked, share with a couple of friends and let them know about the channel as well. We have a lot of cool information here, a lot of cool videos, so go ahead and check them out. Today we're going to be talking about some Sonic reviews. Just talked about Craven right now, but we're going to get into a film that I know for sure is going to be a success at the box office. It's looking actually to do better numbers than the other two films that came out before it, so let's look into this. Sonic 3 movie first reviews get shared by critics. According to the critics, fans may be racing to theaters to see Sonic 3 when it hits the big screen. The first Sonic 3 movie reactions are in, and it looks like Paramount might have another winner on its hands. The blue blur is back on the big screen as Sonic the Hedgehog 3 gets set to spin dash into theaters on the back of stacked cast led by Ben Schwartz and Jim Carrey. This time around, Sonic and his friends will have to go up against their most cunning threat yet, a motorcycle-riding, gun-toting evil hedgehog known as Shadow. Early reviews for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 are glowing. As critics were given the chance to see the film for the first time, the common sentiment among reviewers seems to be that Sonic 3 is the best of Paramount's Sonic trilogy, with praise being heaped upon Keanu Reeves' new addition to the series, Shadow the Hedgehog. Comic Books' Chris Killian called the threequel the best of the bunch. This is a direct quote. "It's not often that each movie gets better in a trilogy, but Sonic 3 is the best of the bunch. There's action-packed goofiness aplenty thanks to Jim Carrey pulling double duty, but what I didn't expect was a surprisingly moving performance from Keanu Reeves," end quote. He also mentioned a third act that will surely make longtime Sonic fans weepy-eyed, as well as some jaw-dropping post-credit sequences. James Lister from Get Your Comic On was similarly positive. This is a quote from him. "Surprising no one, Sonic 3 is the best Sonic yet. It's also the best video game adaptation to date, with electrifying action, truly touching moments, and Jim Carrey doing what he does best. Sonic 3 marks a wonderfully chaotic end of the year. What an utter blast," end quote. And that's interesting. He's saying this is the best video game adaptation of all time, so that's very interesting. Wow. Let's read this one right here. The Hollywood Handle shared its first review. "Sonic 3 nears perfection and is easily the best film of the trilogy. While the first film felt like it was a kid's film, this third film feels like it's aimed at young adults with the story and tone, although the jokes never fail to find their place for the younger audience. Keanu Reeves is the perfect casting for Shadow, who is handled with great care and has a story that's emotional and powerful. Jim Carrey's return turns the dial up on his charismatic and energetic characteristics. Ben Schwartz, Colin O'Neill, Sean Hesse, and Idris Elba are an unstoppable trio that bring the film together with their vocal performances." Twitch creator HZ Joe also mentioned the idea of getting teary-eyed during the movie's final act, remarking it as, "I cried out of sadness, then happiness." This is a direct quote from him. oh my God, I cried out of sadness, then happiness, bro. That third act was insane. My heart is racing. End quote. I mean, overall, it seems like people are loving this film. Nothing but good sentiment around it, to be quite honest. I talked about Sonic having a big impact on this list of films releasing in December. I originally said I thought Sonic would make the most money out of every film in December. I have knocked them down to notch number 2. I do think The Lion King will more than likely make a little more money than Sonic, but I do believe Sonic will be a close second. I do believe this film is going to make a lot of money. This is, once again, like I said, a film that is intergenerational. It appeals to young adults, young kids, and older adults. So I think it is going to do really well overall. Those are just a couple reviews there. The article keeps going on with just positive reviews heaped upon this film, but you guys can read that for yourself. I actually linked this article down in the description for you if you want to read the rest of the reviews. I think it's safe to say this film is going to be good, and I think a lot of people are going to like the film. If you are interested in Sonic, it is releasing next week, I believe, December 20th. And I did a couple videos on the popcorn buckets as well. Sonic has a pretty cool popcorn bucket, so it might be time to go grab something from there. I'm trying to figure out what name they're going to try to pair Sonic and Mufasa with. I would be surprised if they actually didn't take advantage of that right now. I think you could have some pretty cool names. I had Sofasa, the Hedgehog King, and then I had Musonic. I think those sound pretty cool, but we will see what the mainstream media comes up with. I'm sure they will come up with something. They love to pair these names together. I do think this is going to be an event for Sonic and The Lion King right before Christmas time, and we will just have to see what comes along with that. But yes, I think this Sonic the Hedgehog budget's probably around $80 to $100 million. I can see this film closing out December with at least $250 million, maybe even a little more than that. And I think it will run, no pun intended, throughout January, just like I think Lion King will. But comment down below if you guys are excited for this third Sonic film. We are introducing Shadow to the fold, so that's going to be really cool to see on screen. It might be one of those films I have to check out, but we will just have to see, guys. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with a couple of friends. I'm sure they'll like this. Ring the bell for notifications if you are subscribed so you can keep getting cool updates from me, Neff. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, be safe. It's Neff signing off.